everyone, thank you so much for coming and checking out my YouTube channel. This is my first video in years, so I hope you enjoy it. This is an everyday look. You can easily make this into a night look. I actually recently have seen tons of reviews on YouTube of the new ColourPop lippies, and I'm actually wearing one of them on right now, and that one is called Cheers. So first time reviewing it, and I hope you guys like this video. I'm going to start off by brushing my eyebrows with Anastasia's Beverly Hills No. 20 eyebrow brush, making sure that I brush upwards and outwards on both sides. Then I will fill in my eyebrows with Anastasia's Beverly Hills Brow Wiz Pencil in the color Chocolate. This color is a little lighter than my natural color because I will mix it with a darker, more natural eyeshadow to give it a more natural look. Make sure to get in between all the little hairs to form the shape that you'd like your brows to be. Now I'm taking an eyeshadow that matches my hair color. I specifically used a dark brown color for my B&H Cosmetics 88 palette and simply fill in my brows, brushing them as I go. This is important because you want to make sure your eyebrows are even. Now I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. Just going to rush through this. I personally like to define my brows, so I am going to be using my MAC 242 brush and Dermablend's medium coverage concealer in the shade Biscuit. Some people like to only do the bottom portion of their brows, but I like a little more of a dramatic effect, so I will define both the top and the bottom of my brows. It really all boils down to just your personal preference. So if you don't like it to be as chiseled and as defined, you don't have to do the top. You're going to see that I'm going to be blending that in with my fingers. I use my fingers because it warms up the product, blending it a little better. Now you're going to do the same thing to the other side. I love Dermablend. Now I'm going to take my Urban Decay Primer Potion in Eden and prime both of my eyelids. Remember, a little goes a long way, ladies. This eyeshadow primer is super pigmented, so you don't need a lot to really cover up and prime your lids. Now I'm going to take my MAC 252 flat brush and dip it into my B&H 28 Natural Palettes Corner left color. Pat that eyeshadow in really well. This will help set my primer and reduce creasing on my lids. Now for my crease, I'm going to be using Anastasia Beverley Hills Powder Contouring Kit, and the color I'm using is called Jabba. This is going to be put into my inner crease, and it's going to be my transition color. I'm applying that with a MAC 217 blending brush. One of my holy grail favorite blending brushes ever. I just love this color. It's very warm, very buildable too. If you wanted to go darker, you could, but I'm going to keep it more of a natural, just warm color. Great transition color. Now I'm going to do the same on the other eye. I'm going to go on to a darker color in my B&H 88 palette, and I'm going to still use that same MAC 217 blending brush and blend that darker color. It's about 2 shades darker than the original color I used. And I'm going to blend that really well into the crease. That's the color I used. I'm kind of just packing it on now because I kind of want it a little more darker look. When I'm done with that, I'm going to be taking my 112 Sonia Kashuk brush and my Make Up Forever Iridescent Compact in the color Shine On in the shade number 3. I'm going to work that onto my brow bone and eyelids for a nice highlight. I really love this iridescent powder. It just kind of highlights whatever really you want to highlight. This is the highlight that Iggy Azalea uses a lot. Priscilla Owner uses this on her so much to give her that glow. But I like to use it sometimes over my shadows just to give it a little extra highlight. You'll see why later on. Now for my liner, I'm going to do a wingtip liner, and I'm using Stila Stay All Day Waterproof Eyeliner in the color Intense Black. I'm going to start with the outer corner of my eye, then bring that line back down to my tear duct and try to perfect that line. And always remember, this really does take practice, so practice makes perfect. Now I'm going to do, as I finish this lineup, I'm going to do the other eye. I really love this eyeliner because it just, a lot of people, I don't always go for felt tip liners, but this is a very dark, and it dries really matte. It does not, it doesn't, I guess, get nasty and weird after a while. It stays all day, and it really is waterproof. Next, I'll take my Maybelline New York Lash Sensations Mascara in the color Black, rotating the brush as I go from lash line to the tip of my lashes. This will give me length and will separate my lashes. I really love this mascara, but I always have to mix it with my Covergirl Lash Blast Volume Mascara in the color Very Black, and I'm going to do the same thing over. I find this one gives me more volume. It's definitely my go-to Holy Grail mascara. Just going to do the same thing to the other side. For my lower lash line, I'm using Anastasia Beverley Hills Pro Pencil Eyeshadow Primer in color Base 1. I know it's a primer, but it really makes my eyes pop, and it stays all day. So y'all should try it. Then I'll just go over my lower lashes with my Covergirl Lash Blast Volume Mascara. A little bit really goes a long way. Now I will mix IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye Concealer in color Medium and Light. I mix both of these colors to give me the perfect shade. I will apply it with my fingers to warm the product onto my T-zone, nose, and under eye circles. Just put it wherever you have those problem areas. Now I'm going to take my MAC 242 brush and my MAC Pro Concealer Palette in Medium for my contour. I use a mix between the NC35 and the NW35, which are the middle colors. With the brush, I will apply it under my cheekbones, sides of my nose, and forehead. Or more like forehead, because I have a huge forehead. But oh well. And don't worry about, putting too much. You have to remember you're going to be blending this out. I know it looks awkward, but you will be blending it, and trust me, it works. Now I will take a damp beauty blender and start blending it all. It is very, very important to wet your beauty blender so that you can blend all of that product in flawlessly. Make sure not to swipe your beauty blender, always dab it. This is so important in order to get a clean airbrush look. I also like to use my mini beauty blenders to blend out my contouring and get to those really small, hard to reach areas. It depends on you and what you're comfortable with, but I'm probably going to be using my mini beauty blenders soon in this video. There you go. It really helps to really get in there. And always remember, dip them in some water, squeeze the water out, and just use a damp beauty blender. Immediately after I'm done blending, you want to set that contour with Ben Nye Luxury Powder in Cameo and a flat round powder puff. I like these little Makeup Forever powder puffs. I like to set all the areas that I use my light contour. Be very generous with the setting powder. Under eyes, on the nose, the forehead, the chin, anywhere that you use that lighter concealing color. Under your cheekbones, very important. Now you're going to take an Eco Tools Deluxe fan brush to fan away all that excess setting powder. Don't worry about getting it all over your clothes. It comes off really easily with a damp cloth or just your hand. Make sure you get all of that powder. You do not want to take photos, have all that powder all over you. Now I'm going to take a large pointed Hakuhodo Yashio brush with my Physicians Formula Bronze Booster in color light to medium. And I'm going to set that contour under my cheekbones, nose, and forehead. Just basically going to go over everything that you contoured. And this is going to set it. So don't worry about putting too much. I'm saying it really all comes down to personal preference. Some people like a lot, some people like a little. I like it in between, because this for me can be a nice day look. Now I'll take my MAC Sheer Tone Shimmer Blush in color Peach Twist with my NARS Kabuki Yashio brush and blend that into the apples of my cheeks. Just really make sure you blend. The key is, don't just pack it on. You don't need a lot. A little goes a long way. Now I'm going to take my Stila 24 brush and my Makeup Forever Iridescent Compact in the color Shine On, shade on number 3, the same color you used on your lids earlier. Highlight the cheekbones, nose, and forehead with that. Love this highlighter. It's such a great, it has so many purposes. So yeah, that skin looks flawless. For my lips, let's see, I'm going to be using CoverGirl's Lip Perfection Pencil in color 210 Seduce. Use this pencil all over the lip. Make sure you really, really, really get all over the lip. It's a very light color, but it's nice to line. Then I'm going to go over with Revlon's Color Stay Lip Liner in Red Rogue to reline the lip. Love this color, it's so beautiful. Now I'll use my favorite ColourPop Cosmetics Lippy Sticks in color Cheers. I love this color, it's so beautiful. It's a mix between mauve and red, kind of burgundy-ish almost. But it goes so well with those lip liner combinations. Here's the look. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please subscribe, follow the link. And this is the finished product.